Okay folks, there's a project I was just working on. This is my new Christmas present to myself, a CNC mill. Typically you don't really do wood on this, but for this project I have a welding table here that is all laser cut and it needs to be clamped. So before you weld the table, there's these little tab and slot things here. As you can see here, this is one of the slots that's coming through. Well, I don't have clamps big enough to make it to the middle of the table here, and don't really have a lot of the proper clamps to begin with. So I thought, well, how could I get this clamp together so these can be welded and the table is pulled flat? On the back side of this you can see there's other parts of the laser cut steel. This is what really makes the table flat. So I decided if I want to try to find the cheapest way to do this, because whatever I do is going to be thrown away when I'm done with it as far as the clamping goes, I decided to go get some lag bolts, and I wanted to use 2x4s on end like this, but wanted to make it as easy as I could. So I measured what the diameter was between these holes diagonally and put all that into a little program and decided to use my new toy to automate this. So all we have to do, I already have this all zeroed out, is put a piece of wood in, level it up to this here, clamp it down, and then just using a regular twist drill there on the machine. Like I said, normally you would machine metal, aluminum, or steel or whatever with the CNC. This is pretty overkill to drill a few wooden blocks. Here's a finished one, and the distance between these two holes are very precise to the exact dimensions of what are on the table. So to start this, we have a little laptop here that runs the code. Laid this all out in this program here. This is a computer rendering of the block that I have, and then basically this is the CAD drawing of where the holes are going to be, and then you actually can control exactly how the process is going to happen. So in this case I picked a tool that I wanted to use and the type of drilling and everything. So this creates a tool path that is loaded in to the mock software. In this case, this is what's going to run it. So when we tell it to run here, this goes through, and it always pauses here for me to install the tool in case there's multiple tools, but in this case there's not. And this is the G code that's going to basically run our drilling process. So once I tell it to start again, that basically confirms that the tool is in there. So the machine automatically starts. It goes to that first position, and then it's doing what we call a pecking drilling pattern, where it goes down so far and then comes up to get the chips out. Comes over to the other hole. Comes back to zero position and then shuts the machine down. And then these here are the lag bolts that I'm using. I went with these because I wanted to get a very deep penetration into the wood so I can get as strong of a bite and clamping force as I can. I know there's better ways to do this, but my total cost on this is probably somewhere around $12 for these 12 clamps and bolts and everything. So anyway, I'm sure I'll be doing much better things with this in the near future. It's a lot to learn if you've never done CNC work, and a lot of fun though.